Alright. I came to Bellarmine from a public school that only saw about 3 people, including me, come to it. I didn't know anyone here, and I was a very shy kid, which didn't really help. I never made any effort to get to know people, so all I would do is I would just sit on a bench outside O'Donnell Hall every day and eat lunch alone. When it came to classes, I never made any big efforts to raise my hand or speak up unless I was forced to by the teacher. I saw groups of friends walking by, laughing, and I envied them because they had what I didn't. When my parents would ask me how school went, I would kind of shrug them off and just say good, try to change the subject. I wasn't making an effort to get out there and make friends, and overall, I wasn't really enjoying my time at Bellarmine. And this all changed when my mom nagged me to join a sport. I was never an athletic guy, as you can probably tell, so I went for what I thought at the time would be the easiest blow-off sport I could possibly think of: cross-country running. And this turned out to be very, very far from the truth. On the first day of running, we went on a 2.5-mile run off of campus, and I nearly quit cross-country altogether that day. I was one of the slowest runners on the team, and I felt like I was going to pass out if I ran any harder. But just as I was about to quit, another freshman slowed down to my level and asked me if I was doing alright. For the sake of the story, let's call him Tom. Tom and I started talking all about running, school, and video games, and by the time we made it back to Bellarmine, I was tired beyond all belief, but I honestly didn't really care, because I knew that this was going to be the start of a great friendship between Tom and I. Tom and I started running together every day. As I ran, I began to see more and more of Tom's friends, who soon became my friends as well. Instead of loathing cross-country as I thought it would, it began to become the highlight of my day. I started looking forward to this thing I thought I would hate. I started getting in better shape pretty soon, and the running became easier and easier as time went on. Pretty soon I asked Tom if I wanted to eat lunch with the group he always sits with. Pretty soon Tom asked me if I wanted to sit with the group he always sits with at lunch. I happily agreed. I went and I was introduced to all of his friends, who were super nice to me. Pretty soon I had a strong friend group going, and I was meeting new people left and right. Next thing I knew, I was joining clubs, taking up more extracurriculars, and most of all, forming new relationships. This experience was what really taught me to come out of my shell and how to make connections with others, and believe me, making connections is one of the most important things you'll do here at Bellarmine. Whether it's with students, teachers, faculties, or those you meet on service and immersion trips, making connections with people is almost certain to happen. Talking to teachers and faculty may seem intimidating at first, but trust me, they don't bite. The teachers are just people like you, except older and usually smarter. But if you take the time to stop and chat with them in the hallway or ask some questions after class, you'll have a much easier time talking to pretty much everyone at Bellarmine and in life in general. And if you're ever nervous about anything, you have a dedicated counselor ready to listen and help you through whatever is bothering you. The relationships you form in Bellarmine, in your Bellarmine career, will be some of the most valuable and strongest bonds you will ever forge, because Bellarmine isn't just a school. Bellarmine is an experience. Bellarmine is a brotherhood. The friends you make here will be the guys that text you the period before math, and they'll tell you that there's a pop quiz. These guys are the ones that'll give you rides home when you miss the train and you're stranded at school. These are the guys that'll cheer you on to ask that girl to the mixer. The relationships you make here will last through your academic career and maybe even through your life, so make sure you make the effort to be the man for and with others that Bellarmine is teaching you to be. In the words of Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Thanks.